Do you struggle to draw whatever you want out of your mind? I think everyone's been there, and I want to talk to you a little bit about how to solve that. So we're gonna talk here, not long, maybe for like 8 minutes or so, and I want to tell you a way to begin to fix that. And it's gonna be something that it's gonna be a little bit weird, but hopefully you'll understand what I'm talking about by the end of the video. First off, definitely subscribe. I'm gonna be posting on this channel a lot more. And I reply to everybody, so interact with me because I am big on interaction. So you're learning to draw, and I got into this whole thing because I really wanted to draw whatever I wanted from my mind. That was so big for me. I was like, hey, I'm in this to create stuff that I want, these visions I have in my head, right? And I was like, I mean, drawing from life is fun and all that, and I do like drawing people, of course, from life, but at the end of the day, I really want to create like creatures and robots and, wild creations, like mixtures of different figures. And that was hard. I did not realize quite how hard that was going to be. That is much harder than just copying an image. And I say just copying an image like it's easy. Copying an image is incredibly hard, right? Because you have to redefine certain things. So let's talk about two kinds of things. Number one, there is a drawing from reference, right? There is something where you're trying to recreate exactly what you're looking at. So maybe draw like a portrait of somebody, and you're really trying to recreate exactly what you're looking at. And there's a couple of things about that do require more skills than you would think necessary, right? Number one being that you have to know what you're looking at when it comes to that sort of drawing. When you're looking at that type of drawing, you're not really sure what is, how do you say, you're not quite sure what you're looking at. You see a bump and you don't really know what it is. So for example, in the nose, right? Which part of it is cartilage, which part of it is bone? How can that be useful? It definitely can be useful, because when you know the bone underneath, you're going to draw it in that bump, let's say, in a more correct place. They call that landmarks. So if you look at someone's face, they're going to have something like the side of the forehead, right? That's dictated by the skeleton, right? Landmarks are basically anything that's dictated by the skeleton underneath. Forehead, top of the nose, chin, jaw, stuff like that. Elbow, that's a big one. The elbow is probably one of the biggest examples of a landmark. So there's drawing from, images, and it's a great idea to know what you're looking at. You can definitely get a decent result not knowing what you're looking at, but it's so much better and so much more realistic and so much more convincing if you know what you're looking at, what you're looking for in like anatomical nuances. That's one thing. And then there's drawing from your head. The only way I would say you can draw from your head and make it as accurate to life as you can, or stylize life, right, is to fill your head with the other stuff, with that reference. So if you want to draw people from your mind, you're going to have to draw people from pictures over and over and over and over again until you have a good idea of what they look like. Sorry if I'm moving the camera. Until you have a good idea of what they look like, and then you will finally have enough of a reference source in order to do that. That is so important. And it's boring though for some people. I know for me, I never really wanted to do studies, right? Sometimes you look at a study of like maybe a drawing from another artist. The reason you draw from another artist's drawing sometimes, and I mean, I don't mean copy, like, and post it. I'm talking about you can copy from another artist if it's purely for study. Or you can post it, I guess, if you tell them, if you credit the other artist, like, hey, I did a study off this, that's fine. Because you're seeing the way that particular artist took what they saw and defined it in their certain way. So they threw a line there for an indication or something. How is that artist indicating this line? All right, how are they taking it and they're interpreting it? You can do that, and you're like, oh, that's a great idea. Throw this line over here for that, right? That is a great idea. So that's why you do studies off of other artists. You're learning their technique and how they interpreted maybe life, or how they interpret stuff. Life drawing. So that's one way to do it. You have to draw a lot, though. That's a thing. You have to draw a lot. I mean, as far as from photos, my entire first 2 years was drawing from a model, right? We did the, the drawing from a like a little model standing there, right? And that is kind of what we did. That is literally what we did. We just drew from a model standing there. So it's important. It's really, really important. You got to have something to reference when you're referencing from your mind, because that's what you're doing, right? You're literally referencing that library from your head now. And that's so important. So there's really no way around it. So I understand some people are kind of like, oh, reference, it's not fun. Some people I used to feel like it wasn't my vision. It's like, I'm just drawing from this. It's okay. It just feels like an exercise. But it is an exercise. But it's a good one too, right? It's a really good exercise. So start thinking about that sort of thing and really kind of really put yourself out there as far as that sort of thing goes. You really want to indicate, basically, you got to fill your canister in order to use it, and that's the only way. If you got to get comfortable with that idea. And I remember for a long time I didn't want to use reference, and somebody was like, "Hey, every professional uses reference here and there, right? Some more than others." If you want to draw like I'll give you another example. If I want to draw like a shark or anything like that, I haven't drawn a shark in a long time. I'd have to go look at a reference, study it a bit, and then maybe use the photo in a certain way and that's kind of what you do, right? You got to dare to be a professional, right? Professionals use reference. I can't remember who it was. I recently heard this from somebody that worked at Riot Games. And he said the only thing different that he saw, and I don't remember who this was, so let me know in the comments who this was, because I want to credit him. But he said the only thing different he noticed between professionals and then the ultra super really really good professionals that produce crazy good stuff was that the really really good ones, the really really good professionals would are better, have way more reference. They'll spend like a whole week just gathering the reference that they're going to use. So that I took that to heart. Reference works, it's good, and it's supposed to be something that you do, and you got to do that in order to start drawing from your imagination, and then you use it as a foothold, beyond that. Thank you so much. You're awesome. I can tell you so much about art. I can draw art all day. I love art. I can talk about art all day. Hit me up. I'm very reachable. Follow me. Oh, you'll never see me again. And I'll talk to you soon.
Okay, so that was amazing. You finished this lesson, but keep it going. Keep the art practice going by clicking this video right here. It's going to be within the same theme, and you want to keep it rolling to get better and better and better and get that art flow going. So click right here.